Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Okay. And welcome to Aries season. Let me just go live on the gram. I hope everybody is doing well. This is not gonna be a super long live, just because I'm working on uploading some stuff for you guys and I'm waiting for them to post. And I have some readings that I'm sending through. So it's not gonna be a super long live. Um but we need to do our weekly healing circle, of course. There's definitely quite a bit going on because, Aries season. I'm actually going to cut the deck just so, we have the fresh energy coming through. But Aries season is here. How are y'all feeling about it so far? I definitely feel like I got a whole burst of energy. And I guess you can say I celebrated Aries season last night, but it's one of those things that as the season shifts, the energy level shifts, the levels within your body shift, everything just kind of shifts over, and you're just kind of you need to pull back and adjust a little bit. So this is a really good time to check in on yourself, especially because you're going to be feeling a little bit more of that fresh energy coming through with Aries season. There's a lot of stuff happening for Aries season, especially as we head towards April, because April's gonna have 3 different moons. Y'all, April's gonna be a little crazy. I'm just letting y'all know because eclipse season is literally right around the corner, so there's a lot going on. And so energetically it's definitely going to impact everybody. So it's definitely a really good time to kind of take things one step at a time and just, work through what it is that you want to work through, what you want to focus on at this time, because there's definitely there's a lot of things that are going to be shifting and moving and just kind of needing to navigate certain things. So it's a really important time to kind of just center yourself and what it is that you want to accomplish, what it is that you want to do, because this is the astrological new year. And that's what's really great about this time. It's just that, the energies are a little bit refreshed. It's a good time to kind of reevaluate and kind of work through certain things and navigate how you want to move, moving forward, how you want to move, what it is that you want to do, and how you want to, what it is that you want to accomplish for this year. Because the moves that you're making during this time are the ones that are going to really shape what the future looks like 1000%. So it's a really important time to kind of bring it in and see what it is that you want to focus on. Where do you want to put your energies? What is it that you want to accomplish this year? This is a really good time to kind of reevaluate some of the intentions that we set earlier in this year, especially for January, because, and I've said this in almost every single transit reading that I've done. I have said this because it's true, but there's kind of going to be multiple check-ins throughout the year that are being triggered, especially because of Jupiter will soon be moving back into, will be moving into Aries, and out of out of Pisces into Aries for a couple of months. Then it will go retrograde. So there will be a couple of different kind of check-ins kind of seasons that we're going to have. So it's kind of important to just, dial it back and reflect a little bit and see what's up and what's happening and where we're going moving forward. But overall, a really, 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 really important time to just get some stuff together with yourself. Okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Michaela. My niece is an Aries. Makes sense why she got in trouble for not listening today. Well, I mean, Aries generally, they can be a little bit I don't have contacts, boo. They can be a little bit of troublemakers a little bit, I would say, because when it comes to Aries themselves, they kind of like to make their own path. So they tend to kind of want to just do what they want. They're a do what they want kind of sign. They've always been a do what they want kind of sign. It's just who they are. So they kind of require a little bit more freedom when it comes to certain things. Yeah, because if you don't allow them to have a little bit of liberty, they'll just end up taking it themselves. They'll end up, making their own space and their own time, and they'll just start pulling away. That's Aries nature, is like they rule the journey, and the journey happens whenever they want to go on that journey, and they can look like so many different things. But it's definitely one of those things. Imani said, I'm an Aries and I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am to be getting out of Pisces season. No, but like every Aries hates Pisces season because the 12th house is not a fun house for Aries. Like it's just not. It's not what they like to do. It's not what they like to do. And so it's a shift. It's like a huge, it's a shift. It's a shift that's happening like collectively. Definitely pay attention to your energy levels. If you were feeling very sluggish during Pisces season, which is what I find that most Aries tend to go through during Pisces season, during this time, during Aries season, it's just kind of like a jolt of energy. It's like everything just feels revitalized. Just feels a little bit more, and it just feels like a little bit more energized. Like the times, the shift, the things are moving forward now. It's like the where, how, and why, and what. It's just like everything shifts. Energy shifts. Our energy levels shift. Our dreams shift. You might actually have less kind of dreams popping up, or you might even have trouble remembering dreams. I find during Aries season, because Aries is too quick as a fire sign. Usually I have a little bit of a harder time recalling dreams during Aries season, because I feel like I wake up and I just go straight to whatever the hell I'm doing, which is definitely 1000% like Aries vibes. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a lot going on collectively. For those who have not gotten, themselves together, okay, y'all need to get that together, because we all know right after Aries season is Taurus season, and we can't be a hot mess come Taurus season. We just can't. We can't do that. So the cards for the week, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the 9 of Cups, we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so there's definitely some things that are being sorted out. One of the things that we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks is how we're relating to other people, like friends and others people, period. And there has been a little bit of some endings when it comes to some friendships. There's been some triggers coming up. There's been some, there's just been a couple things popping off that's just like requires us to kind of leave some people behind, or even have some tough conversations surrounding, how we're relating to other people. Aries season will definitely make you more blunt than Pisces season. Pisces season will have you swim around the thing, while Aries season will just tell you how it is, because Aries energy is just like, let's get to the point. It's the impatience that gets triggered during Aries season. Is like, let's get to the point. So there's a little bit more bluntness, and I want you guys this week to be very mindful of how you're communicating, because not everyone can handle like your bluntness, or like a very, very kind of direct energy, in that kind of way. This is why I always ask people what sign they are, because like I try to navigate my conversations with my relationships with other people based on their astrological sign 1000%. Because if I know that you have like a Mercury in Pisces, or your moon is in Pisces, or your sun is in Pisces, or something like that, I'm going to try to approach my conversation with you in a more softer way, because I can be very blunt. Okay. I can be very, very blunt, and, I don't want to unintentionally hurt someone out of, bluntness. So I try to pay attention to kind of stuff like this. And it's kind of important to kind of do so, to make sure that you are speaking to people in a way that is representative of you. And at the same time, also make sure you're just kind of like not throwing stuff in people's faces this week. Because there's also, listen, when it comes to the Empress with that 9 of Wands, the 7 of Wands energy, If you are not feeling like yourself, if you're not feeling like, you're in a good place, if you're not feeling like you are, comfortable, if you're feeling like anxiety, if you're feeling like attacked, if you're feeling like you just have so much stuff going on, you can 1000%, and the like within your own frustration, especially if you have not been practicing a healthy amount of self-care, you can 100%, end up throwing that to other people, and you can definitely cause a little bit of chaos, okay, for absolutely no good reason. Okay, for absolutely no good reason. So please, 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 please be very mindful of your communication. Some of you will definitely be, projecting and throwing some things at some people in like a very like I said what I said kind of way. But that's not always like productive, and that's not always like a good representation of you. So be very mindful of your communications. You don't want to just say things and harm someone intentionally or unintentionally, intentionally. Don't half-ass shit during this time. And definitely make sure you're taking care of yourself. Aries season is a really good time to start like, a workout regimen, start working on your body, because Aries tend to be very fit or very focus on their movements and their energy levels and stuff like that. So they tend to be very like either athletically inspired or like literally on warrior mode on how they maintain their own kind of body. So there's a really good time to kind of take care of your body during this time. Make sure that you are in a good place within your self-care routine. For some of you, you will have to kind of like do that work first, okay? But some of the communications can get messy during this time. Also keep in mind, Venus is in Aquarius, so some of these situations that you might get yourself into might end up in a little bit of it's just reflective of your subconscious. Specifically, if you had a little bit of also of a hard time during Pisces season, be very mindful of how some of your subconscious like energy, some of your issues or traumas that you are kind of navigating, how they end up manifesting verbally, and including with some dreams. Again, some people might actually have like the way their dreams are coming out. Like maybe you have a nightmare and you wake up and you literally forget the whole thing in like 5 seconds. Like it just, woof, you forgot the whole twang, the whole thing. It's really, really important to just reflect, give yourself a little bit of time. Don't just move super, super quickly. Like wake up and keep that energy, keep that kind of like, I guess I woke up, I had a bad dream, but you know what? I got to get ready for the day and I got to go more. I keep it moving, and then you just kind of push it out your head. Because this is still something that's just going to end up haunting you throughout the season. So keep that in mind. It can also influence your communications with other people, and it can make it so your communication or like the way that you're coming off can be a little bit harsher during this week. So definitely keep it in mind. Some of you still need to heal. This is literally like the last card. This is the outcome. Some of you still need to heal. Some of you did not do the work that you needed to do during Pisces season, okay? And so some of you are still stuck. Instead of like some of you will be in balance and some of you will not be in balance. There is an imbalance there, okay? There's an imbalance there. Next card is the death card. That's that Scorpio energy. There's an imbalance there. Some of you did not do the work that you needed to do during Pisces season, and now it's like you're either going to avoid the work altogether and it's just going to haunt you later, when Mercury probably goes into retrograde later, or you're going to end up like just creating some issues, like communication wise. You're just going to create some issues, and then you're going to have to heal it later and address it later, and it's just going to be a mess. So this week is for very like I feel like if you are just gonna bum rush, like straight up bum rush, like Aries season, like, oh my God, finally, Pisces season is over, and you're just gonna throw yourself into like Aries season full on and be like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore all of the shit, all of the dreams, everything that was haunting me from the previous season. I'm just gonna ignore that shit. I'm just gonna move forward. If you think that shit is not going to affect you, you are going to be very disappointed with the way you get trolled by your own baggage. I highly, highly recommend not ignoring the things that are popping off, especially spiritually, especially if you don't feel like yourself, especially if you feel a little stagnant, especially if you feel like, I don't know, like you feel like you need something, like you're like, oh, what do I need? What is it that I don't know what like it's almost like a stuck energy. be mindful of that, because this week is not the week. Now, for my cardinal signs, and this needs to be said because it needs to be said. For those who are Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorns, anytime that there is a cardinal season, we get a little bit of a boost, okay? Yes, the fire signs also get a little bit of a boost because it is a fire season sign, right? But the cardinal signs get a little bit almost angsty. Okay, there's a little bit of an angst. Why? Because Aries is a cardinal sign. Cardinal meaning action-based, action-oriented. So we're very focused on, movement, and it triggers that part of us of like action. Like, okay, cameras on and action. Let's do the play. Let's do the show. Let's do whatever. Let's start filming. Let's go. It triggers that part of us on creating certain actions for certain things. So be very mindful of that, especially if you've been feeling like, you kind of want to do something, or there's like something like, pushing you to, or you're trying to kind of create an action around something. You're just like, I know I need to do something. I know I got to do something. So I got to do it. I just got to do whatever it is. I got to do it. I know I have to go somewhere. So I need to, the action has to go somewhere. It has to be directed. Just make sure that it is in alignment with you. Make sure it's in alignment to your spirit. Make sure it's in alignment with, what you're supposed to be doing right now. You don't want to just be like doing stuff just to do stuff. Okay. That's not productive. It's not productive. It doesn't help anybody. It also makes it so, if you do something carelessly, it can come back to bite you later. And then you're just like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. So just be mindful where you're directing your energy, because Aries season is 1000% about energy. Okay. Aries season is a really good time to do some road opening work, to do some uncrossing work, to really like cleanse your energies, because it is the beginning of the astrological year. And so you want to make sure that you're looking at, okay, what is it that your journey is going to look like? You're going to make a lot of choices during this time. You're going to make a lot of decisions during this time. So it would, be smart to make sure that the decisions that you are making are the actual things that you want to do. Doing things carelessly is just not productive. Okay. It's just literally not productive. So it's definitely time to reflect. Okay, it is time to reflect. It is time to look at this. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. It is time to really think about, okay, what it is that you're doing. What is it that you're pouring your energy into? Think of it as like cooking. Okay, think of it as cooking. Okay, if you are cooking a meal, if you're doing it half-assed and you're not paying attention to the seasoning, if you're not paying attention to, the ingredients, you're just kind of like throwing shit in a pot and then just, mixing, and you're praying that it comes out good, then you're going to have a really bad tasting soup or whatever it is that you're cooking. Okay, you're going to have a bad tasting ass meal. But if your vision for that meal is that, oh my God, when you put the spoon in and the cheese will just melt and the thing, and you just have like that vision, you're romanticizing it. When you finally get to taste that meal, it's just going to taste so good. Why? Because you invested your time into actually seeing it through. Okay, seeing the vision through. This is what you need to focus on. And this is what I mean by some of y'all need to be very clear about what it is that your vision is. Okay, where are you headed this year? What is it that you're doing? You're not about to just carelessly be out here throwing shit in a pot and calling it a 5-star meal, and that this is the best that you've ever cooked. No, I need y'all to think a little bit more purposeful, okay, during this time. Aries season is about purpose. Okay, why? Because Aries is a warrior sign. It does not go into war for no damn reason. Okay, you need purpose. You need purpose right now. So what is your purpose? What is your purpose? What is the purpose for this year? There's also, by the way, a really good time to get a transit reading. Okay, and I'm saying that because you should know what the rest of the year is going to look like for you, how the planets are impacting you, how they're affecting you, why they're affecting you, the way that they're affecting you. It's a really, really good time to look at how the planets are impacting you during this time. Really, really good time to get that done. Okay. Now, by the way, I guess this is a good time to mention this. I added a general transit reading, a 6-month general transit reading, because y'all have been emailing me for quite a minute asking me to add that feature, add that service on my website. So I'm now offering general transit readings on my website. And also, I have a coupon code for the spring equinox. It ends April 1st. So definitely taking advantage of it. It's literally spring equinox in all caps, and you get 20% off all of my services For those who are Patreon members and would like to book a reading with me, you guys get 25% off all of my sessions and services. And for the code for that, make sure that you go on the Patreon for that. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because it's a good time to get a transit reading. Now, what do we need to know for this week? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. 1000%. I feel like with the way that there's so much air placements right now, because Venus, Mars, there's a lot of air energies as well as water and fire now. There is this kind of energy of the mind, energy of kind of getting sorted, like making decisions, being a little bit more mentally committed to what it is, the vision that you are holding. There's almost kind of like some of you are gonna need like a confirmation of some sort. And for that, I would 1000% recommend that you commune with your spirits. Okay, make sure you're communing with your spirits. Talk to your ancestors. Really ask for that guidance from them at this time to see, okay, where should I be headed? What is the direction? What should I be focusing on during this time, so that it makes sense? Okay. Ultimately, you want what you're doing and your focus to make sense. Okay. The energy is gaining momentum. Okay. The energy is gaining momentum because we are in a fire season sign. There's a little bit more angst. There's a little bit of like, it's like this, like this card. Okay. This card is a really cool card because the card that comes before it, which is the Two of Wands, is quite similar. Matter of fact, let me pull it out so we could talk about the similarities between card 2 and card 3, because I feel like it's important to make the distinction between how the energy shifts mentally when it comes to that card. So this is the Two of Wands and this is the Three of Wands. Okay, this is what it looks like. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. What is the difference between these two cards? Well, first of all, in this card you have someone who's on top of a castle. Okay, that's why you see that bottom bit right here. It's on top of a castle. He is already on top of, he climbed up the mountain. You see how he's almost leveled or even higher than the mountains? He has achieved something. He holds the world, the globe in his hands, and is very much reflecting on the journey that they just went through. Okay, because the Two of Wands is all about it's a moment of reflection. Like, oh my God, I held the world. I held the vision. Okay, the vision that I had in the palm of my hand. I held it, and I have achieved what I set out to achieve the first time around. So now, where do I go from here? Where do I go from this castle, this tower that I have built for myself? Where do I go after I just went on this journey? Okay, this is like the sequel to a movie that you just saw. Is this card? Okay, it's the Three of Wands. There's a good amount of differences between these two cards, but they're also very similar because one is reflected on where where it's at and what is achieved, and the next one is making a voyage. Okay, it's picking which boat is going to get through. If you see a little bit closer, there are 3 ships, okay, which are very representative of the 3 wands that are here. There's 3 ships right down here. So the Three of Wands, this person is choosing which direction they're going to go in, which boat they're going to take, which side, which place they're going to go in. They're not necessarily looking and soaking and looking at their lives through I've achieved so much now. This is I need to focus on where I'm going now. I need to get on that ship, and when I go, and it starts the vision again. It starts the vision of the journey that we take, okay? It starts that all over again. And there's like this kind of refreshing energy of trying to reach and complete that thing that we are trying to kind of romanticize. So there is this energy of mentally getting clear, okay? Mentally getting clear on where we're headed, okay? And this is a really, 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 really good thing to do during Aries season is to pick a direction, because Aries rules the journey. Aries is the warrior sign. Aries it's the sign that's all about taking the journey through all of the astrological signs. So Aries starts, okay, the journey through this, whatever it is that you are focusing on. Aries starts that journey. So it's a really important time for you to kind of like get it together and mentally decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm not going to do. This is what I am going to do. Okay. Don't let the past hold you back. Okay. South Node. For some of y'all need to do some past life work. Why? Because there are some of you that are trying to pick a direction, but don't understand that some of you actually need to heal some certain things from the past before you can just run forward. And some of you, it's going to look like past life work. Some of you might need a past life reading. Some of you might need to reflect on your past actions. Maybe it was last year. Maybe you're kind of still a little mad that you did something last year that was not, in alignment to what you really wanted to achieve. And maybe you're a little bit frustrated and you're trying to get back on track of, what it is that you're going to do, what it is that you're going to achieve, and why do you want to achieve it? Why is it something that is important to you? So this is about you not necessarily beating yourself up completely about the past. It's about coming to terms with the past, but at the same time, having a clear vision for your future so that you are actually headed towards that direction. It's about not letting things haunt you from the past that literally can create just like that can trip you up now, like self-doubt, or you're just kind of like not understanding why you couldn't have changed it, or you're just stuck on the fact that you made that decision and it created that, and now you have to start all over again and you feel frustrated. No, just listen. Do not let that hold you back. If you spend all of your time beating yourself up for shit that you did in the past, you're not going to have a life. You're just not going to have a life. You're not going to have a life. You're going to feel very frustrated and you're just not going to have a life. You're not. And it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel like, there's almost like a misalignment. It's going to feel like you don't know what to do about it. And this is like one of the truths about how we treat ourselves after we make a mistake. And this is why I talked about that in my my podcast. We talked about how your ego literally stops you from healing and how it gets in your way sometimes. Definitely make sure you go check out my podcast. If you're on TikTok, links in my bio for all of my links. If you are on YouTube, the link will be in the description for my podcast. But we talked about the ego and how it stops you from healing sometimes, how it gets in your way, and how it really just focuses on self-preservation, and it can, allow the past to hold you back to the point where it's just like you're just literally beating yourself up, or you're just kind of like in a state of you're just stuck. You're stuck because you're still mad about the thing, and you haven't realized that you need to use the time that you have now to correct your behavior in whatever shape or form. Okay, it's very layered. It's definitely very layered. And it's really important for us to really, sit with ourselves. This is why we're also getting the truth card. We need to sit with ourselves. We need to be very mindful. We need to be very, we also need to ask for help. This is what I mean by like the truth, we need to ask for help. Okay. The answers you need are coming. Some of you need clarification. Some of you need literally like clarity in the situation, clarity in your path, clarity with something that happened, or clarity with something that you feel stuck in that you don't understand why. Some of you need to ask for help. Some of you need to commune with the ancestors. Some of you, it's like the truth will set you free vibes. This is what it is. And this makes sense for what the energy is looking like, because it almost feels like with the way that all of the mind cards that are in here, all of the, okay. And the Hermit being the last card of the week, meaning, there's actually a lot of healing that's happening this week. There's a focus on how we heal. There's a focus on the truth itself being a healing experience. There's a focus on us coming to terms, coming to peace with whatever happened is a part of a healing experience. It's part of us getting our shit together. And it brings us a lot more hope for the future, because then we're able to kind of, come to peace with it and see that vision and hold that vision and have hope for that vision. Okay, because we really need to hold the future and what it is that we're trying to get through we need to romanticize it. Okay, y'all need to romanticize your dreams. Okay, just as y'all be romanticizing these people out here, these men, these women in your lives. Okay, some of you need to really focus on romanticizing your dreams just as much as you romanticize your partners or your wished, partners that you want, that you're trying to call on or manifest or whatever. Some of y'all really need to be romanticizing your dreams more. Okay, especially while Jupiter is in Pisces, my guy. Y'all need to really think about it. Y'all need to daydream. Y'all need to be like, oh my God, I just keep picturing myself doing this. Y'all need to be romanticizing your dreams. Y'all need to be romanticizing what it is that you want to achieve. Don't make it something that is like oh yeah, I guess I have that. But when it comes to this person, you're just like, you can't stop thinking about them. You can't stop. You just want to, like, look cuter, wear more perfume. You want to do all this stuff. But what about your dreams? Why aren't you keeping that same energy for what you're trying to achieve? Like, why can't you keep that same energy? Why can't we keep that same energy? Because I feel like at the end of the day, at the end of your life, if you don't really love what you do or love what you accomplish or love how you invested and spent your time, okay? And I'm speaking in Capricorn because y'all know, your girls are Capricorn. So we all about holding everybody accountable for how they spend their time on this earth. Okay, y'all know I do this all the time. But if you are not satisfied with how you spent your time on this earth, then was it even worth it? Was it worth it? I don't think so. Okay, I need y'all to romanticize, the new house you're trying to manifest, the new apartment you're trying to manifest. I need y'all to romanticize everything, okay? I need y'all to romanticize in cooking. When you're cooking, romanticize that shit. Make that meal, dream about it, think about it. Oh my God, when I take that first bite, it's going to taste so good. I need y'all to romanticize the little things, because it's just going to make your life so much more fulfilling, okay? So much more fulfilling. And you're going to be able to kind of fall in love with your life. Fall in love with your life. Don't just fall in love with people. Don't just fall in love with pets. It's so easy to fall in love with pets, by the way. But don't just do that. Fall in love with your life. Like, how do you get to the point where you're in love with your life? It's by analyzing where you are lacking, okay? It's by analyzing what it is that you need to cut out. It's by analyzing how you move forward, okay? It's by analyzing how we focus towards the future, how we maintain our goal and our kind of like vision for what it is, how we want to feel, for that romanticization, okay, that we're trying to get to. Okay, I need y'all to romanticize things more. Okay, detach from the situation, because some of y'all are still, I told y'all earlier, some of y'all are still in the process of, like, deucing certain people, certain situations, certain unnecessary things this week. And for that, I will say, if it's not bringing you peace, if it's not bringing you joy or happiness, why are you still putting up with it? Exactly. That's what I want to know. That's what your spirits wants to know too. Guarded and protected. Y'all need to make sure you're practicing protection work for this week, because it is a fresh season. It is a fresh energy. And while you're trying to, get everything together and have this vision for your life, right? You know who's just going to be sitting here throwing shade and throwing things in your way? Other people who don't have their shit together, who are not trying to get their shit together. Therefore, while you are trying to get your shit together, make sure you're protected in the process, please. Make sure you're protected in the process. Okay, fresh season means what? Fresh bath. Take a spiritual bath, do a cleansing. Fresh everything. Okay, fresh everything. It's time to reset. It's time to shift, which means that you need to make sure your protections are in place. New season, who this, who you, whatever. Keep that same energy. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Why? Because your vision is so important during this time. If you do not understand how important your vision is during this time, then you're going to really have a shitty year, because then you're going to go through each season like lost, like, oh, I guess I'm just going through this. I guess I'm just going to school. I guess I'm just going home. I guess I'm just doing this. It's just going to feel like you don't have a purpose. And when you don't feel like you don't have a purpose, you lose yourself in the things that's going on around you, and how your life ends up pushing you into certain things, and then you feel boxed in. I don't want y'all to have to feel this way. So I need y'all to keep the energy. Okay, romanticize your life. Okay, think of yourself as a filmmaker. HBO just hired you to direct your own life. Okay, what is season 1 gonna look like? What does it look like? How are you? Who are the characters? Who are you cutting? Okay, who are you cutting? Because you're not about to pay these people to be out here disrupting your life and sending you some negative vibe. Who are you cutting from that season? Okay, and how are you maintaining that energy? That's what I need y'all to sort out this week. This week is about y'all getting it together, holding the vision. That thing that everybody does at the beginning of the year, okay, during Capricorn season, with the whole resolutions and with the whole like planning and all that kind of stuff. I need y'all to do that now. Okay, I need y'all to do that now. Do that now. This is the season to be like, nah, I'm gonna get back on my thing. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start, doing this. I want to go back to school, or I want to start my business. I want to start this. I want to start that. I want to start writing my book. I want y'all to get on that level now. Okay. Now, this is when you want to really push towards your goals a little bit more, because Capricorn season should have been the season where you started having some sort of plan. So you could start kind of planting the seeds of the direction where you're headed. But now it's like, okay, I got the vision of the plan. I thought about it. I contemplated on it. And now I know where I'm going. Romanticize your life. I cannot stress it enough. I literally cannot stress it enough. You need to romanticize your life. You need to make it like a beautiful, beautiful story. There's going to be like random drama that pops up throughout this time. Okay. There's going to be cliffhangers. There's going to be climax scenes. There's going to be different things that happen. But what is the goal? What is your story? What are you doing? Why does it mean anything? Why is it important? Why is it important? Okay? Why is it important? Okay? It's this. Listen. We have dry desert. Okay? Dry desert, which is all about being in a place where you kind of have to kind of like bend yourself a little bit to try to stay alive, because the dry desert, it's like harsh conditions to navigate. You might be in a position where you're just kind of like, oh, okay, the energy shifted. I'm over here trying to kind of deal with it. I'm trying to shift with it. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to just like, okay, like let's go into this new thing. I'm trying to keep myself happy. I'm trying to keep myself alive. I'm trying to keep myself good. Dry desert is all about like really, really striding forward and really focusing in on survival mode. Like, how are you going to get through this? How are you going to get to a place that you are good, that you are stable, that you are like in alignment within yourself? How are you going to get out of this desert alive? Follow the leader. Who is the leader? Okay, who are you following? What are you doing? Because you know what Aries season is? Aries is the leader. Astrologically speaking, Aries are the leader of the zodiac, of all the astrological signs. Aries is the first, okay? What is it? What journey are you taking? Where are you going? Who are you following? What is your vision? What is your vision? Okay? And we have intention. Why? Because we talked about this. Intention is everything right now. Intention is everything. You need to romanticize your life. I cannot stress it enough. You need to romanticize your life, especially now. Especially now. Aries is not the sign that goes into war for absolutely no reason. Okay? Aries is the sign. It's a warrior sign. It says, oh, we're going to war. This is why we're going to war. This is why I'm moving forward. This is why I'm making sure my body's healthy. This is why I'm staying on track with this, because this is going to lead me there. Okay? It's all about consistency. It's about consistency and holding the vision of what it is that you want to achieve. Period. Period. No ifs and ands or buts or what. No, it's what is your vision? Okay, you have stuff going on. Okay, you're worried about this. Okay, you're worried. But what is your vision? What are you still striving to? What are you still trying to achieve here? Okay, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? What are you doing? How are you healing? How are you making yourself stronger? How are you keeping yourself on track? How are you keeping yourself alive? Y'all, listen. Static conditions. Okay? Because I'm telling you, some of y'all are still going to be navigating this energy. And I'm, like I said it before and I said it again. Y'all better be practicing protection work. Okay? We're in a warrior season. If you think people are not going to be out here directing their fire, their flame, their internal fire, and throwing like random shots randomly out of venting, out of, maybe they have something going on with them and they're just going to take it out on you. If you don't think people are going to be out here not knowing how to use the Aries energy purposefully and just going to be throwing random shit, you are a fool. Okay, I need y'all to make sure your protections are in place. I need y'all to make sure that while you're navigating and holding the vision for your life, you are protected from other people's bullshit. Okay? Healing and balance. Healing and balance. This should be And one of your goals should be being healed and being in balance. Because when you are healed and you are in balance, you are happy. You are in a state of abundance. Okay. I need y'all to make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you need. Because literally our outcome card for this week is it's the Hermit. It's Virgo. Virgo rules healing, health, healing, and serving others. How have you been paying attention to your healing? Okay. Are you in balance? Can you say you're okay right now? Can you say your energy levels are good? Can you say you're not like blocked? Can you say you're just perfect? You're just perfectly fine. How have you been focusing on your healing? How have you been empowering yourself? How have you been taking back your power? Especially now. This is a great time for you to be doing taking back your power work. During Aries season? Hell yes. What? Y'all, if y'all don't light a calling back your power candle or something, relationship balance. Okay? Because some of y'all don't let yourself get taken advantage by people. Make sure that you are calling back your power. Make sure that your energy levels are good. Make sure that people are not out here being like straight up chupacabras and just like straight up sucking your energy. Okay, like leeches. Because there's people like that out here. I'm telling you, there's people who are going to use and misuse the energy in a way that's not purposeful, that doesn't mean anything, that's not productive to anybody, and it's just going to end up being a leech. It's going to feel like a leech. It's going to feel like your energy levels are weird. It's going to feel like all over the place. No, we need to be holding a vision. We need to be holding vision for ourselves, for our lives, okay, for the year. What is it that we want to accomplish by the time December comes? What is it that you do not want to regret? Okay, what is it that you regretted last year that you do not want to have to do this year? Okay, I need y'all to really sit with yourselves and say, but you know what I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to give this person my energy because that shit fucked me up last year. What I'm not going to do is not do that again because that shit was unnecessary. I do not want to have to go that way again. Like, you guys need to make sure that you have a vision. Like, I need y'all to have like tunnel vision to your goals, tunnel vision to your dreams, and what it is that we are trying to like achieve as people. Okay, if you didn't take the time to reflect in Pisces season, it's gonna trickle in to Aries season, and Aries season is gonna force you to make some moves. So it's the time for you to really like hold that vision of what it is that you're trying to achieve. Okay, there needs to be an alignment here. Okay, we need to be in that alignment. There needs to be in that like, I'm going to stay consistent in this. I'm going to keep focusing on that. I'm going to this is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on this and that's it. I'm not going to let nothing trip me up in this. Why? Because you're romanticizing your life. Y'all need to make sure that your life is a romantic tale of you and you achieving what it is that you want. Okay? Like I said, HBO hired y'all to romanticize your lives. What is it going to look like? Okay, what is it going to look like? Who are you cutting out from the series that literally does not deserve airtime because it's just been like straight up taking your energy? Who is getting hired in the story? Who is not? How are you going to stay consistent? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Where are you going to direct your energy? I need y'all to figure that out this week. This is the week. By the time I see y'all next week, this needs to look different. Okay, we need to do better. We need to focus better. We need to. Okay, it's like landing a plane. You can't just be like waving the thing around everywhere. You need to like focus. You need to bring it in. You need to bring it home. Okay, that's what we're doing this week. This week is to get it's to get it together. It's to get it together. And if you didn't do it in Pisces season, this is a faster get it together because you're gonna have to like make decisions quick. You're gonna have to make. You're not sitting on it reflecting no more. This is the okay. What we doing? What's this right with me? What does not sit right with me? Okay, this is the direction I'm choosing. This is where I'm going. Period. Okay. Please, please, please. Make sure you do some recalling your power work. Okay. Make sure you cleanse your energies. Make sure you check on your energy levels. Please make sure you're not neglecting your self-care. Because sometimes self-care, it's you needing to tell somebody to leave you the fuck alone. Okay. Sometimes self-care is you not texting someone back right away. please, 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 just it's you time. Okay, Aries season is not Libra season. Libra season is about other people. Aries season is about you. Okay, this is the first house energy. This is how you show up in the world. What are you doing? What are you achieving? Why are you here? Why are you taking up space? Why? Okay, so please, tunnel vision to your vision. Okay, tunnel vision to that. Just focus, daydream, romanticize. Okay, think about it. Why are you passionate about living the life that you have the way you do? Why does it mean anything to you? Like why? But why? Like if you had to explain it to me, like why? Why are you doing it? Why did you do that? Why? Okay? Purpose. Purpose is really important during this time. Okay? Taking one step at a time. All right? My loves? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope that y'all got all of the messages that y'all needed. Okay. Thank you for being here. Listen, if y'all need a reading, I'm having a sale right now on all of my services. Link is in my bio from my website. You guys can use Spring Equinox for 20% off all of my services. For those who are Patreon members, it's a 25% off coupon on the Patreon page, so make sure you check that one out. And I have a new service for general transit readings as well that just came out. So also stay tuned for that. And we have our workshop next week. Which is all about building a healthy spiritual practice, like a really strong and healthy spiritual practice. So if you want tickets for that, link is in my bio. Okay. I will see y'all in the next video. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being with me today. And I will see y'all in the next video. Okay. Bye. Bye, y'all.